Hi, Rob Runacres, Renaissance Sword Club. I'm going to talk today about the grip on the rapier. Now this is one of those issues that can become really contentious. It was very contentious back in the day, whether you should use single finger, double finger grip, how you would hold the rapier, all sorts of different methods and all sorts of arguments. So as ever, this is my interpretation for what I use with the forms that I try and follow. If you've got your own form, fantastic. Okay, so partly this is going to come down to what glove you wear. I prefer to wear a lighter glove in the rapier. I know some people want to wear sabreur gloves, slightly heavier gloves. I don't like rapier when you're using a lacrosse glove or bigger. I don't think you can get that finesse you need, the finger work, when you're holding the rapier. I know that becomes problematic when you have an open guard on the hilt, but I tend to feel that's more down to how you're wanting to fence with your partner and just having mutual respect. People who are really going hard against your hand to hit you, I'm not sure you should fence them, but again, that's another conversation. So what I've done here is I've taken some bits I've got from various swords and just kept the cup off, which is what I usually use a cup hilt rapier. One of the issues that we seem to have when we're actually holding this is we tend to get a bit of a pain when we're in stance, and some people get a pain in the wrist, elbow, and in the shoulder, maybe tension in the neck. A lot of this is down to holding the sword really tightly, and of course that transfers pain there. It may be more of a postural issue, maybe how you're standing. Perhaps a lack of understanding of the mechanics of the sword and the physics of how to hold it, and that's what I want to address now. What I'd like us to consider is if you're holding a sword like so, single finger or double finger grip, and you're basically holding it to the side such that there's nothing on here to act as a counterweight to the length of the blade, then it's always going to cause a bit of a pain here. It's going to want to pull down. So you're not able to use the perhaps more the skeletal part of the body to act as a counterweight to this. You're using muscular strength to try and pull this up. And this is where I find with beginners, they start to hunch their shoulder, go a little bit Quasimodo, and they start to chicken wing, they're bringing their elbow. What you can do is you can try and maintain this as far as possible underneath the hand. Now bear with me, I know some people are going to say, what about lunging and forth? Just bear with me on this. You're using the fingers here as the pivot point, but if you can keep the pommel underneath the wrist like so, then it's easy, because then you can push down with that flat of the hand and it just makes it easier to hold. You're not having to fight it and bring it back up. The other thing you can really think about here is if you imagine that your wrist acts as a channel and the pommel is a ball bearing that should run around. This means if I want to keep it here, but I want to be able to say parry to my outside, I can let the ball roll underneath by just moving my fingers and thumb and just letting the pommel come underneath the wrist bone like so. And again, look just how relaxed my hand is. I'm not having to grip to keep that point up. I'm simply pressing, or I'm not even pressing, just letting the weight of the ball rest underneath my wrist here, and I can be nice and relaxed. Now, for those of you who wanted to say about moving in forth and something like that, if you want to come around to the inside, you can let the pommel roll around. And notice how my hand's turning. And this time I'm using my thumb and my fingers here, pivot point here, just letting the balance occur like so. So when I make my thrust, it's relaxed. It's nice and relaxed. And this is the main point I'm trying to say, is try and make sure that you're always in a way that you're just able to use a pivot point there, and you're using your hand in some way to either use the leverage this way or to retard it flipping up this way. And I really do feel that will help address some of the pains that some beginners may have when it comes to holding the sword. Thank you very much.